Hey folks, Dr. Bob. I stopped eating meat almost 45 years ago. I was traveling in India, and what happened was I couldn't find decent meat that I wanted to consume. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and your comments are invaluable. It really helps, and I love the feedback. I'm just trying to make the world a little bit healthier. Don't forget, it all looks sketchy. I was just traveling with a backpack, and it looks somewhere between sketchy and I'm not even going to touch that stuff. Last time I ever ate meat was in a city called Jammu, way up in the north, and I got something off of the street, and I watched it being cooked right in front of me, and it was really pretty delicious. And that's the last time I ever ate meat 45 years ago. So I wanted to discuss what happened when I stopped eating meat. I didn't really notice so much at the time, immediately, and people are going to ask me, what did you replace the meat with as far as protein? I ate a lot of eggs. It was a little bit later, but I ate a lot of eggs, and only if I could see them cooked right in front of me. Because again, I kept getting sick everywhere I went and every time I ate food, and you couldn't trust anything. Again, I just had a little bit of money. It was 1980. And I think, believe it or not, conditions have improved in India. They have tremendously. I've been there a couple times since then. I was there just a few years ago. It was really quite amazing. I was down in Bangalore. Definitely one of the most advanced cities in India now. I noticed to me within about a couple weeks, a month, it was so much easier to go to the bathroom. Very easy to go to the bathroom compared to when I used to eat meat, and it was a lot easier, more difficult on my digestive system. And so that was the first thing I noticed right away. The next one was how light my stomach felt. I didn't feel heavy in my stomach at all. I stopped eating meat. And I was your typical meat and potatoes eater, 1980. So I was about 22, 3 years of my life. I ate meat and then I just stopped. One of the things I noticed right away, within a week or two, I was much more clear thinking. And I didn't really notice okay, I stopped eating meat and I'm clear-headed. I just noticed how much more clear-headed I was. And then I later attributed that to the cessation of eating meat. And when I say meat, fish, eggs, and dairy, I just really gave up the meat part. And I was a big beef eater, big chicken eater, and I stopped completely. All they had there was chicken and some mutton. I think they have beef now. They always talk about the sacred cow in India and all that, and that's partially true. But I think they eat a lot of beef over there now, as far as my understanding is. I don't really know. Still a vegetarian after all these years. So those are the biggest things I noticed. Much more clear thinking, much easier to digest my food. It felt lighter in my stomach, and it was much easier to go to the bathroom. As far as energy, I didn't notice a big difference one way or another. I wasn't like, I have so much energy. It was really just about the same amount of energy I'd always had in my life. But again, those are the changes that I noticed. Clearer thinking, lighter stomach, and easier to go to the bathroom. And as I said, I replaced it mostly with eggs, but only if they were cooked right in front of me so I could see what I was eating, because I got sick so many times. Anyway, that's what I've noticed 45 years later. I feel the same way that I did way back then, only a lot better. And what do I use for my protein? I use chlorella and spirulina, the two most powerful foods in the world, the kings of all superfoods. They're 60% protein. And just so you know, meat on average is around 15 to maybe 18% protein, and then there's a bunch of other stuff in there, and I don't really know what is it, and I don't think most people do, but it's about 15% protein. That's how I stopped eating meat, and that's how I became first a vegetarian. And really about 18, 19 years later, when I found spirulina first, and then finally researched it and found chlorella, that's when I stopped eating eggs and dairy products and fish of any kind, and I just stopped. I became pretty much a vegan all that time. Much better for your health, and I am much more clear thinking. That's my experience. That's what happened to me. Dr. Bob, I'll see you next time. Just a quick plug for my book here on spirulina and chlorella, the kings of all superfoods, and that's what they are. I've been taking spirulina and chlorella now well over 25, almost 30 years now I've been taking this, and these are the two greatest superfoods in the world, 60% protein, which you should use for your protein. And it's available on drbobmccauley.com, audible.com for audio version, and amazon.com. Pick it up, figure out why you want to have these two superfoods in your diet.